Hi friends, it's John Clonts with the Nikki V Group and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Arizona Properties. And I am excited to introduce to you today my friend and terrific lender, Carla Bassham-Hall. Hey Carla, how are you doing? Look at you in front of your pool.
That's just a back, it's a picture, but it is my pool.
A beautiful pool, and I've seen you floating in there, and I've seen your dog floating in there on Facebook.
Well, he wasn't a fan of that.
No?
No.
Really? How'd you get him onto a floaty?
His daddy put him on there.
That was more about like, and stay.
Yeah, there are no swimming schnauzers that I know of.
That is the truth.
And I've had many schnauzers in my lifetime, and I've never had one that would swim. So how are you?
I'm good. Now, I'm sure people are wondering, A, why you're here, other than being just an extraordinary lender, but they want to know something about what you do. Tell us.
Well, I'm a loan officer for Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. I've been in the mortgage industry since 2003 as a loan officer. I am licensed, of course.
That's good.
And I just love to help customers. That's my main premise of my business is I love helping people. It's not all just about getting a paycheck for me. It's about truly helping people. That's I mean, and educating people.
Well, and I know that about you because I'm always confident when I refer Carla business because she takes really good care of my clients, our clients.
Thank you.
So since you've been in the business since 2003?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what has changed in the last uncountable years.
Oh my goodness. When I first got in the business, you did not have to be licensed.
Oh my gosh.
At all. No, you didn't. And that was during the time when all those terrible loans were around, like first and seconds, 100%, high interest rates. It was crazy. And then the crash came, and as we all know, all of us kind of suffered a little bit, and some of us maybe more than others. But then they tightened up the industry, tightened up guidelines, which I thought was wonderful. Some people hated it. I thought it was wonderful because it kept us honest. And then we had to get licensed in 2009. So there was a lot of people that left because they had to get licensed.
Yeah.
And since 2008, I would say things a little rocky at some points, but in the last 3 or 4 years, they've been really, really great.
And what's changed in the last 3 or 4 years?
Well, interest rates have gone down tremendously.
Amazing, right? And so what's keeping you busy? Are you doing mostly refinance? Are you doing new homes?
I'm doing really about 50-50 right now, but refinances are just crazy right now. Our turn times at one point, well, at the start of the whole COVID thing,
right,
turn times became like 45 days to 60 days for a refinance, which normally they take 30.
Yep.
They tightened up guidelines a bunch, and like our jumbo products kind of went away for maybe 30 days. Now all of that's opened up. They've loosened up the guidelines. There are still a few things that have been put on because of COVID, but refinancing is crazy because rates are super low right now. And purchase business, well, as you know, out here in Arizona, our market's a little tight. Multiple offers on properties, and people overpaying for properties because people want to be here, and a lot of California people are moving here.
Yes, this is true.
Because it's so expensive out there, and they come out here and pay cash and get the same or bigger house for a whole lot less money.
Yeah.
But it's about 50-50 for me. It is. Right. But staying super busy for sure.
Yeah. I know you provide exceptional service. I know your clients love you. What do you provide that makes you such a unique and amazing person to work with?
Well, ever since I've gotten into this business, I love, first of all, I love people. I love people. I'm a big social people person. But my main thing, I think, is just making sure that our customers, they are not just like in the dark. That's one thing for me. My communication is, I don't think I'm impeccable at a lot of things, but my communication skills are kind of impeccable. And these customers, they don't ever have to worry. I want these people, I know they're never going to know this whole business and they don't want to.
Right.
But I always just tell them, don't worry, let me do the worrying. But usually I get all of my information up front to where I know it's a lot right at first, even for a refi, or not as much for refinance, but more for a purchase. And there's a lot of information that we have to gather. The reason I do that is because I truly want them to know, and you most importantly, that they are pre-qualified. So I get all of their information, I review it, and I pre-qual them, and then I also run their automated underwriting findings and get them a pre-approval as well. But I just think that's really important, and to keep them educated throughout the process, because there's so much involved. And they may ask me a question 100 times, I'll answer it 100 times. I don't care, because I've been in their shoes before.
Yeah.
I think that's important for customers. I think, you know, they need somebody that is going to keep, even if they've bought 20 homes in the past, you know, still things change every day in this business. So.
Well, you bring up a really good point. You bring up an interesting point about the pre-qualification letter that's required here with all offers in Arizona. Tell us a little bit about how you help a client, how you help somebody who wants to buy a home put together a really good pre-qualification letter.
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, because that's like so important. A good pre-qual letter is so important, because it may, if there's 10 offers on a house, I want to make sure we're the ones they choose. So I gather, like I said before, I gather all of their, you know, tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs, those kinds of things, retirement information, things like that. And I review all of that. So when you get the pre-qual from me, you don't ever have to worry that it's not good.
Well, and I know you're there if I'm sending in an offer and I want to refer the seller's agent to you so that you can talk to the seller's agent directly about how our client is qualified.
Absolutely, and I get those calls really quite often.
Yep.
It just happened to me a couple of months ago, and there was 10 offers on this little townhome for this lady, and they called me, and the realtor's husband was a loan officer.
Oh.
And he looked me up on the MLS, and he knew a lot about me when I got on the phone with him, but it was fine. And he was just like, "Oh, you really do what you're supposed to." And I said, "Well, of course I do, because if I don't, somebody else will."
As I'm talking to you and I'm thinking about my future clients who are most likely coming from out of state, like the Midwest or the Northeast or California, how would you help them? What is your strategy to help them buy a home in a very competitive market like here in Arizona?
Well, I have several clients I've done this for recently that moved from out of state, and maybe they haven't sold their home yet.
Right.
So what I set those loans up as is a second home out here, a second home, and that way once a second home. Second home interest rates are just like primary residence.
Wait. Say that again.
Second home interest rates are just like primary residence rates. They're no different.
How come I always was told that interest rates on a second home were so much higher and kind of prohibitive?
Because they were probably thinking about an investment property. And if you mark investment property, your interest rate's going to be higher, but not a ton higher.
Right.
Investment properties are a little more of a liability in the eyes of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, I guess, and or that's what I think. But on second homes, I mean, I quoted a gentleman that's moving here from Michigan, he and his wife, in December, or they may move sooner if they can find a house.
I know you can help them.
They haven't sold their home yet, and I quoted them the other day. I mean, they haven't found a home, but the interest rate on this second home was 2.99%.
That's unbelievable.
On a 30-year fixed with no points.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So their strategy is to purchase their second home here in Arizona. You're able to give them amazingly competitive financing.
Yes.
And while the home in Michigan, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, while they're selling their home in Michigan, they can enjoy living here in Arizona and letting the market do what it does in Michigan, right?
Yes, and this is another kind of cool thing. I've done this for several customers too, is if their home is not sold, they buy their home here as a second home, and they ask me, well, so when we sell our other home, we want to put the proceeds from the sale of that home towards our new home. Would we need to refinance with you? And I said, well, that'd be great. However, I have a better idea. And my better idea is this. They can sell their home and out of state, get the proceeds, call their current servicer for their new mortgage on the home in Arizona. They can call there, and it's about $300 or $400 to do it. I'm not sure. But the new servicer can make a principal reduction. So say they make $100,000. They want to put $100,000 towards the new mortgage, make a principal reduction, then have that loan recast. And what that means is they just take the $100,000, put it towards the principal reduction. It lowers their current mortgage.
Right.
They just recast it with their same interest rate over 30 years.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
It's pretty cool.
And they don't have to wait 6 months or anything in order for that to...
Nope, because all they're doing is making the principal reduction.
That is a brilliant strategy.
And recasting it. Several of my customers I've done that with, and they, but Carla, we want you to, reap the benefits, so to speak. And I'm like, it's okay. I want to do what's best for you.
Right.
And that is the best thing for you, in my opinion.
And so if someone wants to talk to you about getting a loan on a new home, someplace they want to buy here in Arizona, or if they live here already and are looking to refinance, how do they reach you, Carla?
They can reach me. My number is 602-769-7659. And my email address is Carla.Bassham, that's Bassham, at fairwaymc.com.
That's wonderful. The good news is I've got your little cell, and so I will pop that in there so you don't have to worry about
it's kind of long.
Carla, you have been so kind to take this time and talk to me and talk to my friends on Facebook. And I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been real fun. And I look forward to our next transaction.
All right. Say that all again because I interrupted you and I'm not sure the sound happened.
Honey, anytime I can spend with you, I love.
Oh,
it's your fun.
The feeling is mutual.
All right, sweetheart. Have a good day.
Great day.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think that's good.
Yeah.